Hey guys, I'm back again with an update of my second week of my writing course. This second week has been very interesting because we've been talking about point of view. So, you saw my last review was on The Girl on the Train, and that was a book that was primarily from the first person point of view. And in some cases, I think for that book, it maybe went just a bit too far because it gave a claustrophobic atmosphere. So that got me thinking more and more about this first person, third person thing. Now, the assignments for this week have been the following. Okay, so first we had some writing exercises to do, and that was to take a few books and rewrite the first paragraph or two of the books in another point of view. So if it was written in first point of view, then we would have to rewrite it in third person point of view, and vice versa. So that was interesting. I took some books that were varied, because it seemed like a lot of people in the group were taking things, they were taking Murakami, and they were taking T.C. Boyle, and so I decided to shake it up, me, and I rewrote the beginning of Another Country, rewrote the beginning of Americana. And so that got me started on this idea of thinking more carefully about writing in first and third person point of view. Now, at the moment I'm reading this book. It's called You, Me, and a Bit of We. And this is a book that focuses on writing from the you or the we point of view. And it's basically just a collection of short stories that have been written in only those points of view. So I'm let's see, because I'm reading this on my iPad, so I'm only about maybe 13% of the way in the book. But I have read, I think it's 5 stories so far. Now, these stories have not been overwhelmingly that interesting to me, let's just be honest. Of the 5, I think I only liked 1 of the stories. So, I'm going to keep an open mind until the end and see what happens. See if it gives me some ideas. But for the moment, the points of view in you seem to be evoking you as, I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like they are evoking like some other higher being or something when they're using this you point of view. I don't know. It's strange, these short stories. So I'm going to continue on, and I'll be back to tell you what I think about it. If it's something good, if I thought it was good or helped me. Now, as far as the rest of my reading, I finished this year You Write Your Novel, and I adored this because, yes, Walter Mosley, he breaks it down. So he makes it seem so reachable and doable, this idea of writing a novel in 12 months. So every now and then, okay, I'm going to have just like 2 of these up here, but I periodically go back and look for some things, some ideas and things that he said to be careful for or whatever. I think it's a really good book, and if you are thinking about eventually writing something like a novel, this might be something you want to pick up because he makes it sound doable. Now, it's true, one of the main things you have to do is write. And when I mean write, it's write and throw you back into it. None of this, oh yeah, today I'm writing, tomorrow I'm not, and oh yeah, by the way, I'm on holiday, so I'm not going to write it all. No, you have to be consistent. Now, that is one of the main things and goals that I wanted to get out of this writing course. And at the moment, it hasn't been stellar for writing every day. At the moment, I'm writing on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Friday, on Saturday and Sunday. So that's 5 days of the week. It's not possible for me to write on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm way too tired. I have to teach 7.5 hours. I cannot write on those days. It's just not possible. So at the moment, I've been trying to keep up with those 5 days, writing between an hour and a half to 2 hours a day. It would be preferable to write at least 2 hours a day. So let's see if I can keep that one up for the next 2 months. Would be really good. And then with time, the 5 days will become 7 days. That would be my preference. Now, the only other thing that I'm reading for my course, I'm continuing on with Reading Like a Writer by Francine Prose. Now, this one is very interesting as well, except this one I haven't been reading like cover to cover, you know, like that. What I've been doing is I've been reading sections at a time, but not in order. And I don't know, it just struck me better to, you know, read one bit here and one bit there. The book is good, and it does give you the examples you need, and I think that's one of the best things about the book is that the examples are there for you to follow. Now, the thing that's really funny about this book is I've read one book by Francine Prose with my book club, and I think it was 3 years ago, and it was called Blue Angel. That book was terrible. But this one is turning out to be very interesting. So it's really funny that somebody who's writing, I didn't particularly like in one of her novels, is writing a book about how to write, you know, how to read like a writer, you know, book. But anyway, so yeah, so I'm going to continue on with this one. Now, I was reading Corregidora for my regular, you know, pleasurable reading. I was reading Corregidora, and I basically stopped at page 50 because I was just taking, you know, had too much to do with the writing and with reading some of the books that I'm having to, you know, to read for the course, because I've also had to read The Telltale Heart, and I also finished reading The Yellow Wallpaper. So yeah, I've been reading some little things as well, and this got left on the back burner. So what I'm going to have to do is restart this book again to get back into the mode. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one moment and sit down and just read this cover to cover and get it over with, because it's so short. It's like not even 190 pages. So I'm sure I could finish this in a few hours. And when I do, I'll get back with the review of this. And I'm also still reading Water Street right here. Yes, I'm still reading Water Street. Now, Water Street, I am I think I only have like 30% left. So I should be finishing that one pretty soon. And I will be back. I will definitely be back with a review of Water Street as well. So those are all of the things that I'm, you know, dibbling and dabbling in while writing at the same time. As far as the writing exercises are concerned, for the second week, so for April 11th, we had 2 possibilities to write for the assignment on April 11th. So the first assignment was to write something like, I think it's 300 words, and it's on, a person wakes up in the morning and they go down and they find a surprise in their kitchen. So I decided to do this one, and I've already written 4 versions for that assignment, and I cannot figure out which version is the better one. So I think I'm going to have to look into my versions a bit closer and look into the way I've written them, because also assignment has to be written in first person, but then we have to turn around and write it in third person as well. Now, the second assignment is to write 500 to 700 words on a person who is talking badly, or, you know, being insulting and talking about someone in a not so nice manner, while at the same time the person shows that they admire this person that they are bad mouthing. Now, that assignment is a little bit too hard for me, I think, at this point in my short writing career. So I've decided to go with assignment 1, but I will still try to dig in a bit on the second assignment and just try to see if I can work through that assignment on my own time. because I think it is something that would be interesting to do. So I will see April 11th what my colleagues come up with on the course. See if somebody is actually, wanted to do that one, or if everybody's going to do like me and cop out and do the assignment number 1, because it just seems more doable kind of thing. So that's all I have for that. Yeah, and guys, what's up with these? I tweeted the other day about, the book depository. Enough already. I mean, look, I have, these are 4 that I had that was sitting on the side somewhere. There's at least 3 or 4 others like shoved in books. Then I saw this one. I got this one like maybe a month ago, which is the dragon one. But what's cool about that one is what's on the back. Zodiac sign thing on the back. But really, people, book depository, stop it with the sheep bookmarks. I don't want a sheep bookmark. But the one I would really like, let me see, is the one that's inside of this book. And that one is this one. This is the one that I love. I love this bookmark. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Unfortunately, I only got 1 like this. I would have loved to have gotten 3 like that one at least, but only 1. So anyway, that's enough of my ranting about book depository sheep bookmarks. But anyway, if you've got any more questions or anything you want to say, or if you want to chat below about first and third person and, second person, which ones you think are good and why and all that, I would love your opinion on that. So I will talk to you soon, and I'll be back with another review. Bye.